and welcome to the Altinity.cloud series of instructional videos. In this video, we're going to show how to install two different remote clients, ClickHouse Client and the Python ClickHouse driver. We'll use both of these to connect to an existing ClickHouse cluster in Altinity.cloud. Before we install any remote clients, let's take a look at our Altinity.cloud cluster so we can go over the access point. When your cluster is up and running, the access point quickly shows you what ports and commands are used to connect to your cluster. To view your cluster's access point, go to your cluster view, then click Access Point. Right away, we see the host name for our cluster, and here's the copy and paste for ClickHouse Client and the Python ClickHouse driver. Now, let's install our remote clients. The ClickHouse client is of course managed by ClickHouse. We'll be using their instructions to install it on our sample system. The instructions can be found on clickhouse.tech. For our example, we're just using a standard Ubuntu install. See the clickhouse.tech page for all supported operating systems. We're going to follow the instructions from clickhouse.tech. First, we use apt-get to install some certificate managers. Then we add into our apt key the ClickHouse repository key. In our case, this was already installed, but this is the correct command. Next, we point our ClickHouse dib package to the main branch. We do an apt-get update, and now we can install the ClickHouse client. Just don't forget to enter in sudo, don't use udo. One is a Linux command, the other is a German heavy metal band. Important distinction. Command sudo apt-get install -y, just so we don't have to do this later, ClickHouse client. This process could have also been used to install the ClickHouse server if we wanted to, but we don't have to. The cluster is in Altinity.cloud, so we'll let them manage it. Let's go back to our access point information. Connect, we'll just copy and paste our ClickHouse client information, give it our password, and we're in. If you followed our other videos about setting up our cluster, you know that we set up some very basic tables. We'll just do a quick select all from the events table. And there we have it. We can see the data and make any other ClickHouse SQL commands that we want to. We've shown how to install the ClickHouse client. Let's show how to use the Python ClickHouse driver. For this, we're going to need the following. Python, of course. The ClickHouse driver supports Python 3.4 and newer, Python 2.7, and PyPy. We'll be using Python 3, pip or pip3, venv, the Python virtual environment module, and git. The use of the venv module, or virtual environment module, is optional, but it makes life a little easier. First, let's set up the environment and source it. So Python 3-m venv test, and then source it. Now we install the driver itself with pip install ClickHouse-driver. There we go. We're ready to go. So before we run Python, let's go back to Altinity.cloud and use the access point to see the commands so we can copy and paste directly into our terminal so we can connect to our cluster via Python. So as you can see, first we set our ClickHouse driver to client, and then we make a connection to it. A small note here, this is not the actual password to this cluster, it's just an example. Always use secure passwords. This is not a secure password that you're seeing, it's just an example. We should be connected. Let's actually do some SQL queries. If you saw our quick start guide, we have a very simple table. We'll just issue a show tables command, and there's our data. We can also store queries into variables. So let's make our query, and then save that data from the table into a variable, and then display the variable. There we are. I hope you've enjoyed this brief example on how to set up ClickHouse remote clients and how to use the Altinity.cloud access point to see the connection data. If you want more, visit our Altinity documentation site. Check out our latest blogs or sign up for our next event at the Altinity resources page. Thanks again for being here, and until next time, happy coding.